Guys, what I'm here to tell you is, if you don't have these lures, you are never going to catch a big tiger. It's just not going to work. Nah, I'm just joking. You don't need a massive Rapala X-Rap Magnum to catch tiger. But one day, I want to go to the Congo and use this to catch a Goliath tiger. And also, if you guys want to see a giant lure challenge where we use these are Rapala X-Rap Pito and X-Rap Otis, meant for catching northern pike. If you want to see us do a video on using these to catch tigerfish, comment below. How's it going, everyone? Hope you're keeping well and safe. So I've had lots of questions about tiger fishing, what's the best tiger fishing lures. I know I've done a video on this before, but it wasn't the best video. We've got lots of new lures since then, learned lots of new tactics, so I'd like to share them with you. So obviously, to start off with, the old staple for tiger fishing is obviously going to be your spinners. Tiger Whacker makes some great spinners, so all of these here are Tiger Whacker. These here are Tiger Whacker spinners. This in particular has been a great lure. This Tiger Whacker in the Fire Tiger color. Hey, we've really had some great success on these. You can fish that just like how it is, or you can even put a fillet on the back, which is pretty cool. Hey, behave, don't scare your friend. How are you getting there? So after the Fire Tiger spinners, these Meps also make some great spinners, like these colors, silver, red, Fire Tiger, all gold. They all work great. And this is like a Meps. I don't think this is an actual Meps. I think this is an FZ. But these kind of spinners are awesome. These arc spinners also a great option. Any spinner with like the dots on the top. The bigger size is generally the most effective if you want to catch big fish, but these small ones you can also catch nice fish on them. So that's your spinners. Spinners are awesome for tiger fish. Hey, behave. With the spinners, if you want, it's with the hooks that are behind them, like some come with trebles, some come with singles. Some of them I've swapped out for singles. It's just basically personal preference about that. If you want to put a fillet behind your spinner, I think that a single is going to be better because the fillet sits better on a single. You can use cotton to bind it on here. Hey, come back. So that's a good option. So basically it's just personal preference for that. Spoons are also another staple tigerfish bait. Like, I don't know what this thing's name is. I think it's made by FZ or Storm, one of the two, but these are awesome for tiger fishing. Many people use them. You can also chuck a fillet on the back of that. And surprisingly, this spoon I think is designed for casting off for saltwater applications, casting off the beach and stuff, but this has also caught a lot of tiger. It works well. I didn't believe in it, but it works well. My brother uses it. Another example of a spoon that you could use. This is like a 28-gram spoon. Pretty standard design. Some of the more, like these are bass lures, but you can also use them for tiger. I've had hits on this, but I've never actually hooked up to anything. But if you want to try it, you can try it. This is a buzz bait. It's an awesome lure. You can try it out. Spinner baits, obviously they work, but the skirts can get destroyed, so people don't use them that much. But they do work. And you can even, if the skirt does get destroyed, instead of having the skirt, you can just put a fillet on the back and keep the spinner. And it'll be an awesome lure again. So the next category is these, I don't know what you call them. They can be, some people call them jerk baits. But with tiger fishing, you don't normally jerk them that much. I guess you could, but that's not really what I do. So just crankbaits, like long, thin crankbaits that don't dive too deep, basically. Because tiger fish, in my experience, you find them in the top maybe 2-3 meters of the water column. So you want a lure that doesn't dive too deep, and these ones I've had a lot of success with over the years. So this is a relatively new, I only just got this. This is a Rapala Shad Wrap in the Fire Tiger color. It's an awesome lure. I haven't used it for that much, but I've had a lot of strikes and a lot of hits on it. One problem I do have with it is that it's like kind of weak. Can you see if I try focus on those bite marks? They destroy it. I've actually had to fix this one. I've put some baking soda and super glue in that. in there to try and fix that. But they do hit this a lot, but their teeth do tend to break it, which is the bad thing. And then next we've got some 3 Sensation lures. Sensation actually makes, the company actually makes lures specific for tiger fishing. So 1, 2, 3, all of them are specific tiger fishing lures. I think this is a red demon color, like a crawfish color. This is goldfish, and this is baby tiger. Baby tiger is an awesome color, and again, this is a no-name brand, like crankbait, jerkbait. 3 hooks help you. 3 hooks helps to hook more and not let them come off, so that's also a good option. 3 hooks. And then this is like a trawling lure that you could use in a place like Kariba or something. Dives a bit deep, but I guess in rivers where the oxygen gets lower, because I'm normally fishing in dams, there's not much water flow, so the oxygen doesn't get down there. But I guess if you're fishing in a river or Lake Kariba where the oxygen can get down to those depths, this might be a good option. This is a saltwater lure. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called a silver minnow or something like that, but it works pretty well. As you can see, we've used it a lot. Its paint has been taken off from lots of tigerfish biting it. It casts a mile, and these singles, we've swapped out the trebles with singles and they do work. Next, this is a Strike Pro lure. I'm sure we haven't used it much yet, but I'm sure this will get a lot of fish. It dives to the right depth, and they'll take that straight. Next is one of my favorite colors, red and white. Red and white is always a great color for tiger. These are again Strike Pro lures, as you can see on the back there. Strike Pro, great lures. 2 of them, because we might put some beefier hooks on the back of those, because those hooks look a bit small for a tiger. Then we've got another no-name brand, like this is a baby bass imitation. It dives to a bit of a deeper depth, so just to try all the depths. You never know what depth the tiger at. Even though they're mainly in the topwater column, you never hurts to try if they're not biting. We've got an old Rapala. This is a Rapala made in Finland lure. Works great. I've caught quite a number of tiger on this. We've got another Strike Pro lure, like a white color. This is also an awesome lure, dives to a different depth. We've got the feather treble on the back, which helps to attract tiger. Awesome. And then if the tiger are being really weird and they won't bite, it always helps to downsize to a smaller lure, so this could also work. The next category is topwaters, just because that's where they are on the table. Normally you don't think of catching tigerfish on topwater lures, but we came back from a trip from Indonesia and tried out some of the topwater lures that we're using there back home, and they just really worked. So the first lure that I ever caught, topwater lure that I ever caught a tiger on, was this, and this is one of my favorite topwater lures for tiger. This is a Halco Rooster. I think it's like an 80-gram popper. You can just see how this thing has been mauled, destroyed by tiger. All the paint is coming off, there's chips everywhere. It's quite a big lure for tiger, but it seems to work. The smaller, this is like a 60-gram, I think. Not 100% sure on that, but these work really well. And even up to these, I think this is a 108-gram popper. I've also had strikes on this. I've actually caught a tigerfish on this particular lure, even though it's so massive. You can go check out some of our videos where I've actually lost a really big one on this and on this. And then we've got the spooks. These are head-on spooks. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, head-on, I'm not sure, but these work really well also. Especially this one. You can see this one's been totally destroyed. Both sides. The tigerfish have just annihilated this. But this also works really well. Especially in, like, we caught fish in the Zambezi on this in clear water. They just love it. It just gets them triggered. Another awesome, we've got the smaller poppers over here. I won't go into too much detail on them. This is just a Rapala. No, this is a Rebel popper. Not a Rapala, what am I saying? And this is also, when the tigerfish aren't so big or aren't so aggressive, this is a Rapala skitter pop. This also works really well. Caught quite a lot of fish on this. And then we've just got this other small poppers. This is another Rapala popper. Behave, bird. Okay, so now we've gone through that. The next category is glide baits and like jerk baits that don't have a lip. So we got one of these. This is a Rapala X-Rap twitching minnow. The first one we ever got was in this color, and we had a lot of success with this. I might put in some pictures of fish that we actually caught on these if I can find them or get them off the internet again. This is an awesome lure at different times of the year, these ones. When the fish just want like a more natural presentation or whatever, these have a really cool gliding action, and like they swim like this in the water even though they don't have a lip, and they are in the top. They swim in the top of the water column, and tiger just seem to love them. I'm not sure if these singles are big enough, but I've seemed to catch on them. You can swap them out for trebles if you want. I'm not sure how that'll affect the action, but I've just fished with them like this. But it's probably better to swap them out for trebles. I don't really know. So we've got 3 of those here. The color that we find to be most effective is this black and silver. I think it's just more natural, but I'm sure if the water is dirtier, they'll take these other 2 lighter colors or whatever. In different places it'll change. So now, one lure that you haven't seen me use very much, because I don't use it that much, is this is an Afri jig. People these days are using these Bucktail jigs quite a lot for tiger fishing. So I'm not really sure how to fish it. There's a channel on YouTube called Afri Jig Adventures, Afri G Adventures. Go check them out. Go check them out on Instagram. Really cool guys. You'll see lots of videos of them using these jigs, and I want to get into more fishing for tiger fish with jigs and see how that works. So if you're after if there's a lot of small tiger in the area and you want to go after them, these are some great options. So this is a little Rapala broken back. These work really well for the small tigers. And these are Daiwa Pro Rex lures. These 3 awesome little glide baits again. And this is I don't think this is any brand, but this will also work for small tigers. Any small lures like this, they'll smash them. But remember, when you're using like hard plastic baits like this, their lifetime, their paint is limited because the tigerfish have sharp teeth and they just rip off the paint. Next, we're going to go into the homemade lures. So we've made all of these here. Tell me if you guys want to see a video on that. Hopefully I'll be making one soon. So we've again gone with the glide bait. We've gone with the glide bait principle here. So my brother actually made this particular one, red and white, awesome colors, big singles on the back. It's a heavy lure, it can cast a mile. Hopefully we're going to get some big fish with this. Next, I made this one. I made this for Scott. You've seen Scott in quite a number of our videos. Fire tiger, always a great color for tiger fish. Shows up in the water and they just seem to love it. Behave. Please behave. This is an awesome lure. Another fire tiger. Very old now. Caught quite a lot of fish on this. Just another glider. No lip, it just glides along. Fire tiger again. You can see we really love the fire tiger. It works really well. This one has a lip, has a really great action, swims really well. We've caught quite a number of tiger on this. Then next, a bait that I've actually never caught a fish on because I haven't really tried that much. I just did this just to see what it would be like. Made a big fire tiger again, crankbait, has a good action. I'll try this out when the tiger biting, but I haven't really tried it much yet. Hopefully I can get a fish on it. Another crankbait. This isn't a fire tiger. I call this the green grasshopper. Just a light green color. This thing also has a great action. Then we go into like the more jerk baits. I'll use this quite a lot. This is a sexy shad color. We haven't caught anything on it yet, but hopefully catch one soon. It has a good action. Then I've just got this is a lipless crankbait made with some tin foil. Another crankbait. This has actually had quite a few hits. Another sexy shad color. And we've got these ones, fire tiger again. More lipless crankbait. This has actually caught quite a lot of fish. And then in one of my videos you've seen I've been catching quite a lot of Mozambique tilapia on this little sexy shad crankbait. It's an awesome little lure. I hope some of you guys have asked to see a video on how to make these. Hopefully I'll make that soon as I get time. Okay, so the next category is going to be our like deeper bodied crankbaits, because obviously you want to match the hatch. So in areas where you're going to use this, they're in like places in like the Zambezi and that, where the main bait fish source is going to be imbiri, barbs, just those fish with like a longer profile baby tigerfish. If that's the bait fish that the tiger after, then you want to use that kind of thing. You just copy the shape. So when the bait fish is mainly like small tilapia, just fish with like a broader profile, you want to use these. But the problem is with these is they dive normally to a depth that the tigerfish is not really in. But one exception to that is this Daiwa Pro Rex. It's got the shape of a little bream. It's got like that perch color, fire tiger color, and it doesn't dive too deep, which is a great thing. Rapala makes quite a lot of awesome lures. I don't have any of them, but like a Rapala DD6 dives to 6 foot, maybe even a DD4. You don't want to get too deep, so that's the main thing. But you also want to match the hatch, but you don't want to go too deep. This is an awesome lure. We've caught a lot of tiger on this. This is a sensation lure, baby tigerfish pattern. Just got a bit deeper profile, dives to about, I'm not exactly sure, but it's a bit deeper than what those ones there will dive to. But these lures are specifically designed for tiger, which is the good thing. Okay, so I hope this video helped with all you guys who want to go on fishing trips. Sorry we can't go at the moment because of this epidemic that everyone's going through. Luckily I live in the bush, there's no other people. I can just go to the dam, it's like 200 meters away, fish with some tiger. But hopefully when this is over, this will help you guys stock up on some awesome tiger fishing lures. And remember that some of these lures are not going to work in certain conditions, but tiger fish are very finicky sometimes, not always, and they're just unpredictable. So some days a popper might work, some days it might just not. Obviously, like if it's cloudy or overcast, or if it's quite hot, the poppers are going to work. And remember, if something isn't working, change it up. Just change it up. Keep changing your lures, because that's, at the end of the day, what's going to help you. Try new lures that people say, oh, that's never going to work. Try it, just to see, because you never know. Okay guys, and one more thing. Just comment below what your favorite tigerfish lure is, because we want to know. And we really like to know. And if you have any questions, feel free to post them down in that comment section. Let's get going, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Please hit that like if you haven't already, and subscribe if you haven't already. And remember, keep fishing and always enjoy. Keep safe.